Hey there, YouTube. It's Kurt here, and today I'm going to talk about GOAT format, and some interesting things are happening in GOAT format. Decks that are teching in Relinquished are finding a lot of success, and they've actually got a couple of reasonable tops over the past year, and people that are following GOAT format know this already. And I want to talk about this theory and why decks that are seeing this are seeing a lot of success. Yeah, sorry, my internet is going in and out on me a little bit there. There, that should fix the problem. But so I want to talk a little bit about that theory. So I should probably go into the deck profile first. So we'll get out of here and we'll talk about exactly why this deck is succeeding so much and the theory behind why it's beating even regular traditional Chaos Thunder decks. So get into deck constructor here. Yeah, we can see here's what we are running. This is somewhat close to a list that was passed around earlier this year that won a pretty big event with about 150 people. Well, got second in that event. And so as opposed to regular builds, let's see. I'm going to make sure I have nothing inappropriate here. Okay, I have nothing inappropriate. T-drag. We're going to do this. So this is more closer to a traditional build of the Chaos build. You can see I'm running a little more placeholders. You run a lot of flip monsters, of course. But in Relinquished, you pretty much ditch most of those flip monsters and keep Magician of Faith. And then you exchange those for Searchers, and Searchers that work right off the bat. And so I think the big reason why this deck is seeing a lot of viability right now, even 20 years later, the meta's still changing. It's crazy. But it's because, well, searching is really good. Searching on a normal summon instead of having to wait is a really, really good mechanic. And not only are you searching, but you have the opportunity to search a dark monster with a light monster. So that turns on your Chaos plays really, really quickly. I think another thing that we're learning in the meta is that if you can thin out your deck, that makes it so that you can get to your broken cards a lot more quickly. It seems like what really is rewarding in GOAT format is just getting to all the busted cards quicker than everyone else. So what you do is if you open Manju or Senju, I'm running at least one Senju. Some people don't run it, but I think you should run at least one, just my opinion. You search out your Relinquished, and that thins your deck by 1, and then you have Thunder Dragon, which can thin your deck by 2. So you can do both of those things, and if you drew something like Pot of Greed, Upstart Goblin, or Graceful, you're going to get to access to some pretty good cards. Because you have eliminated the potential to draw these cards in the process. So all of these reasons are really good reasons why this deck is finding a lot of success. Now, again, most of your cards that you're running, they're still the Chaos deck. It's still the Chaos deck, and these are really insanely good cards. But Crossout being in the format, the fact that everybody's probably running to Crossout, your deck's kind of immune to Crossout. You can get Magician of Faith hits, but you often don't really mind that. If that's the only target that they're hitting, you're not looking to play the defensive game very much, and you actually might get them to throw one of these away on a Graceful Charity or something if you start out with a normal summon of Manju. It's just not reliable. So with Magician of Faith, I thought about even cutting it to 1 and making room for something else. But sometimes you get in that loop where you open up in this and Duo, and unfortunately, sometimes that's just a game ender if you open Duo and Magician of Faith. But yeah, these are all really good reasons why the deck is just so good and so powerful. And I'm running one of these. And just playing around Knock, playing around Knock is just a really good ability to have. So we'll just do some test hands here. Get into solo mode. All right, so already an insanely good hand. Yeah, there's not much science behind this. So if you want to be safe, you can activate Trap Dust Shoot, normal summon Sangan, wait for the Magician of Faith, just to see if they have Crossout in hand. If they have Crossout in hand, then you pretty much hold the Magician of Faith, or you can make them waste it. It's up to you. Greed, you almost always fire it if you don't have any searchers. So yeah, this is really good. So now instead of Sangan doing the search, you have nothing that you want all that much off of Sangan. So you're just going to go Manju. Do the search right away. You don't have to worry about anything getting in the way of that search. Except for maybe Solomon or Skill, which aren't that popular in format right now. And you're going to set. So yeah, really good start here. We'll get a draw. Yeah, it's a Magician of Faith again, but you're really set up to do a really good grime game, because now, even if you get crossed, if you get crossed, you get knocked, you have both copies in hand, so that's pretty good. All right, we'll do a couple more test hands here. All right, so we got a couple placeholders. Yeah, and you got Dust Shoot, so you're going to fire off Dust Shoot. Next turn comes around, you'll probably wait for a draw if you get stormed. You'll just wait. So yeah, there's Manju. If you top to Manju, they don't mess with your jars. You keep the jars active on your field. Yeah, we'll just set these. Remember, this is turn 3. This is turn 3, so we're just going to set these here. Search out with Manju. Now again, the complicated part about GOAT is playing against your opponent. So yeah, these are going to be pretty simple plays otherwise, but... And we're going to send that to grave too. So now, yeah, you probably should have set Phoenix Wing. I mean, you could have. It all depends. Like, if you... Sometimes you'll start off setting 4, and that's just the way it goes. But, yeah, Ring plus Sangan. Pretty good. And honestly, so Phoenix Wing, I want to talk about this real quick. I think people don't realize with the Phoenix Wing, getting rid of your opponent's draw is really, really important. And so the reason why Phoenix Wing is really good, if they have a face-down set monster... well, they might get stuck in a loop of setting that again and again. And setting is its own resource. So no matter what you do, you at least remove their draw, which is a -1, and removing their normal summon set, let's call it a 0.5. So Phoenix Wing being -1.5 for your opponent is really, really good. And I think having that potential to delay them drawing into a Graceful or a Pot of Greed, that's one of the reasons why Wing Blast is so good and probably an underrated card. All right, just one more hand. I know you're probably getting tired of this, but we'll get through it. Yeah, your draw rate, yes, getting into 6 draws. We already had a similar hand to this, so we're just going to reshuffle just for variance here. Okay, so this is really good. Yeah, if you draw Graceful with this hand, oh my... that's going to be such a good hand. Like, this hand, let's say almost anything here with a Graceful, you are probably going to win that game. That's just I mean, that's an unfortunate part of GOAT. So, we're going to get this and just see what some of our draws look like after we thin this deck. So, we're going to get this... get our 2 Thunder Dragon. And that is just insanely good. Of course, you're going to set... if you're going first, you're going to set Dust Shoot. And you can set the other 2. End phase, their draw phase. Fire off the Dust Shoot, more than likely. Yeah, and then if you need to, yeah, stack whatever their summon is. You don't start off being too concerned about back row with Phoenix Wing. It all depends on what they draw. Like, if they start off with Kaiku, yeah, you might actually bounce it back, wait another turn, and then set your Mirror Force. But, all right, we're going to get into a draw. Oh, so you have double placeholder on your turn again. Another one. Yeah, another Phoenix Wing. You don't mind them, because if you just keep your opponent in a perpetual loop, that's fine. Then you got into your Graceful. These things happen all the time where you draw into your power cards by stalling your opponent and just thinning your deck. So, 2. Come back around. Yeah, you can search. Might as well search another one with this normal summon, to be honest. So, unless you want to normal summon Sangan, you can do that too. You can normal summon Sangan, but you got all 3 Phoenix Wings. With this, your opponent probably isn't doing anything. If you already stalled one out, I forget what turn we're on, but yeah, we'll just say we get 2 more draws to stall. And both of them are really good. These are still really good cards that help you control the game. And then there's your Chaos Orc. So, yeah, you're going to have really insane hands with this deck. That's just the way it is. And it feels like every draw after that is just a really good draw. Once you thin your deck, that's the power. See how all of those draws feel? Okay, that makes the point. That's all I got for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this analysis about GOAT format. So, have a great one.